Gumbo fam, good evening. It's the grand finale. Might as well. Look, that is the sound of my birthday water jug getting filled. A little ASMR for you. Purified, great value water going into what is appearing to be a 60-ounce cup because we got to hydrate. We're a year older. Our skin decides to have a mind of its own. It ain't just vitamin D it needs. It need that high quality H2O. Bobby Boucher. Fun fact as we enter our finale, some random thoughts that came to mind. Some listeners are my old childhood friends, so they kind of know some of these stories, and I just find it funny that I can bring them back up and then maybe bring it to their psyche again. Where I used to be a water girl, and this is not where the episode was supposed to go, but this is the point of Birthday Blitz. And if y'all are here, let me preface before I start the story time with saying Birthday Blitz 1, 2, 3, and now 4 is the end of my birthday week. I started April 27th through what is now May 3rd. This was the entire week. You might say, okay, Sagan, a week. Okay, math is not mathing because 7 days in 1 week, right? Hush. There have been times I went to sleep dirty. I forgot about an episode. And this is just proof of the inconsistency in my life with things I said, it'll be great to do an episode per day. That was the goal. I am happy that we reached 4 because 4 out of 7, is that a passing score? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? We passed. We might have skimmed, you know what I mean? We might have, skimmed through class or whatever, skated on by, but that's exactly what we did. We're 4 out of 7 days. Shout out to us. And a step closer to 80 episodes. And another step closer to finishing what we had started when we started the podcast, which was a road to 100 episodes. We're nearing it. It took us years. And is that judgment I hear? Like, for these past 4 episodes I've been blitzing y'all with, it's been some judgment back there. I heard it. Somebody saying, not only did you, that's sad you didn't keep your word to yourself. I told y'all the promises, the easiest promises we break, right, are the ones to ourselves. Don't know why. Psychologically, we'll dig deep. If you just feel like you need the hurry up answer, go ask AI. I don't know. Okay? All I know is I broke my promise, but then kind of, it's like finale. Let's roll with it. Now, to start of this episode, I poured up some water. 16 ounces into what is like a 60-ounce cup. Shout out to one of my sisters, Katina, then gave me this cup that gave me, time, like, keep going. You know the cups with the little positive messages as you drink them. Just trying to, like, drink your water. Good, you keep going. You're almost there. Baby, just filled up. Okay? But I will go back. Let's go to the Water Girl story. So, I find it so funny because my son's in the AAU this year, and the travel ball, I don't know how y'all do that, but that is the most stressful thing. And I just realized every time I talk to him about just like quitting and like giving up and things like that, and the story I tell him so much is that I sucked at basketball. But I didn't quit at sports in general. As a matter of fact, I just remember a grueling time when my dad really tried to help prep me for tryouts. Now, my daddy could have done look, I'm not even, RIP. My dad passed in 2005, okay? I was about to say my daddy could have done a better job with probably raising me to be a basketball player. But around basketball tryouts in junior high, I wanted to try for the basketball team. So my dad, was like, Rocky Balboa, basically, like we're gonna do this crunch time of let's get you prepared for basketball. So I remember us loading up my mama. My mama had a Dodge van, um, and that van. I'm over here, y'all. If y'all hear some little rumbling in the background, this is real life. That's husband in here saying, "I don't care what you're doing. I don't care about that water girl story. I don't care about none of that podcast, whatever. None of that. Y'all, you trash." He just said that. So anyway, that dad, we had a Dodge like van, caravan, right? White, black, black tint. And dad loaded the van up. Mama was driving. And we ended up going like, man, shout out to Doc, because where he stayed, like down the residential area he stayed, was about 3 miles away from our house. So I guess the goal, my dad was like, nah, you basketball's a lot of running, so we gonna run. And I'm like, okay, we're running. But today is like my first day of this quote preparation for a tryout. So what are we doing? My dad was like shirtless, ready, let's go. Like he was like, let's go. So we start from the residential area to go run back towards my house. So it's just a straight shot. That's just, and then I'm from a country town. So look, it's a straight shot to, like, if you keep running, you run past the old hospital that was over there, um, and a graveyard, and you cross the tracks or whatever, and you will be back at your house, okay? But he had me running down, like, and I promise you, I think we probably got about 6, 7 blocks in, and I was dying, and my mom was trailing us in the van. I think my little brothers was in there, dying, like I'm dying, I'm crying, and he's like, pick it up, like he's, drill sergeant, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I could do this. I don't think I could do this. I don't think I could do this trial. Well, come. I think it was probably a week of just dad just trying to like do basic fundamentals with me, or like layups, da da da, whatever. Can't do that. I'm a beginner at this point. First of all, I'm a beginner. You got me running 3 miles. Then I don't even know how to hit a layup. I don't know how to shoot. I don't know none of that. Like I just want to try for basketball because I think that's what you're supposed to do. You got to play a sport to be quote cool. Ciao, y'all. Get the trial. I was so happy I made one shot. I think it was like a free throw. You know, we playing shoot around, just confusion. Now, mind you, the girls that were trying out, of course, the ones that actually made the team, they could play. They done bitty basketball. They had preparation for this. It wasn't just like, oh, let's go run 3 miles while your mama trail you in a Dodge Caravan the week of trials. It's not that. I was a beginner. I'm sure I could have been part of some prep league. Um, I ended up not making the team, of course. I don't know why in my young mind I was like, there's hope. There's hope. I can make the team. I can make the roster. Why? Didn't. I was the equipment manager, aka the water girl. So I could still go to the games. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what then? A win is a win. Like you take what you can get. At the time, my little junior high boyfriend was playing basketball. I can, travel with the boyfriend. Yeah, it's a win. My cousin, as a matter of fact, he probably never listens to himself. I don't think he listened to podcasts anyway. But my cousin clowned me for being the water girl. He started chanting like they did Bobby. They was chanting Water Boy. He was chanting Water Girl. And when I tell you, I was just like, the sense of embarrassment just tripled, because I'm like, I was okay with just being the equipment manager. Carry a few balls, pause, and go ahead and drink some water, like just give him water. Just do the little the green and orange top Gatorade. Just passing that out. That's easy. Anyway, don't know why But as soon as I started the episode with the water, I'm like, I'm going to tell you about the water girl. So hopefully that story tells you a little bit, it gives you a little bit context to why these 4 episodes of this Blitz birthday week, have been unhinged. And there, you could have judged me because the last episodes that I had to end early really gave, it was unhinged. It was like, okay, inner body, outer body experiences, the possibility of you fighting children, like that. We took a turn and we're back. We're back center. You're here. I still think if I would do the inner body experience and then swap bodies, Freaky Friday with Kai, that would still occur if I had control. If I had, which I think I wouldn't in it. There would be so many rules to the Freaky Friday swap body that I'm sure, because I called him a Whopper Junior or a Whopper on that episode. Like, there's a lot that happened and it needed to end. And I'm going to go ahead on record and apologize for y'all that did have to listen to that 10 minutes of just tomfoolery. I apologize for it. The other thing I was talking about right before, and I'm going to end up letting y'all go, is Lil Boosie song with my husband. The I'm not going to say the title or nothing because I'm not going to offend the saints on this podcast, because I know y'all be listening. It was Lil Boosie. One, he was talking about the Wiener Schnitzel, right? But in the lyrics of that song, he said something about jacking people. In the midst of this conversation, I realized how poor choices of food, fast food, I've always had poor choices of fast food, like trying fast foods or just poor fast food experiences. You would think I would just give up eating fast food altogether. Because Wiener Schnitzel, why would I even try that? If you never even had it, if you were never in the Baton Rouge area to try it, I'm not encouraging you to go at all. Because you end up like Big Mama, because that's how salty the food is. But at the end of the day, I've had bad experiences with Whataburger, with McDonald's, with like, as a matter of fact, this was a recent, this week conversation with my cousin. I found a YouTube video where people were just doing videos of how their poor fast food experiences, like finding stuff in their food, or they completely give them burgerless burgers, like just buns with mayo on it. Like, things like that have happened to me consistently, and I'm still pulling up at drive-thrus today. I don't know how this happened. As a matter of fact, one that comes to mind is on a Big Mac. I ordered a Big Mac one time, and I was staying in an apartment complex, and I made it home. I mean, it was real close to the apartment complex, maybe like a minute, like you just cross the street. I get home, I'm ready just to attack, demolish this Big Mac, and I taste it, and I'm like, it's not right. Something's not right about it. Like, it's spicy. It's breakfast. Why is this a breakfast Big Mac? Y'all, I pull that bun back on both. It's got the bun, bread bun. 2 sausage patties. 2 sausage patties they done hooked me up with. And that was a while back. Still went there continuously throughout. There's a tenure of McDonald's just still going back. I done pulled up to McDonald's. Somebody else know that there had a Big Mac snack wrap. You can Google it. They've had it before. I done pulled up to the drive-thru in an attempt to order it, because again, I didn't know it was a limited time. This ain't nothing recent, y'all. Just, hey, can I have a Big Mac snack wrap? It was like, what? I'm like, okay, can I get a Big Mac snack wrap? I'm like, I took a little pause, like, all right, maybe I did something wrong or said something wrong. Big Mac snack wrap, please. Ma'am, we've never had that. I'm like, oh. I had to chuckle. I was like, what? We've never had that before. Now, this could have been a youngster that just got hired on because you insulted my intelligence and my memory at the same time. Y'all had it. Maybe it was a couple months ago, but y'all done had it. It's not on the menu now. Like fast food from the boosie to the fast food memory to the last memory that I'm gonna leave y'all with is that I heard my husband listening to beats. I don't know why he was listening to instrumentals, but just listening to instrumentals, I'm like, what's going on? And it reminded me, and maybe it's because we're a neighboring state, we in Louisiana. Growing up in southeast Louisiana, we listened to a lot of Texas music. And why was freestyling a thing? Like growing up, like you beating on the, like it was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure others have done this. You beating on the lockers, you beating on the desk. Somebody is freestyling. Somebody has to hold up. And we in Louisiana, but I thought of how enriched our culture is because we were wedged between like Texas music and bounce music combined. Like we were in this little city just surrounded by so much culture. And of course Zydeco in that too, because that's true to the area. But it was a memory that just came back from a song, y'all. From a song. Now ain't that great? Ain't that good? Now as I'm going, begin to rest myself, I'm going to, sip my little water, but leave y'all with the chaos of this episode. Nothing matched, right? We got corduroy, plaid, suede, and a button down. This is everything this was an entire outfit, hobo chic. I hope I gave that to y'all. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed.